Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
Kyle McIntyre.
What's up?
What's up, dude? What's up?
Sorry. It's like clearing my throat into the microphone. Sound like, what's up? What's up, dude? What's going on?
All right, Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving? What is good?
Oh, man. Glad you asked. You never ask me that anymore.
Oh, shit. I'm surprised.
Like every fucking week. Been working on the house.
Okay.
I've been just organizing, actually.
Okay.
Oh no, not this room. Obviously, it's pretty much the same. There's still like the same like trash up here, like guitar parts and in shot, and But I do have a
the floor is just laden with Amazon boxes and shit.
yeah, I like to swim in here.
Yeah.
Put my flippers on and get in here. No, actually, this is not what I was going to talk about, but I did I have a cable hanger here on the side.
Nice.
Starting to, I also put my headphones on that thing too. So it's like 5 different hooks. So throw it on there.
Yeah.
But it's actually doing stuff around the house. So I have an outdoor closet that it's like it faces the garage, like the I guess the carport.
Yeah.
And cleared that shit out. There's a bunch of old shelves in there, so I just knocked them all out, like just with a fucking sledgehammer. Just busted them out. And then put like wire shelving, wire rack in there. Mm-hmm. And then moved some of the stuff that's in the house that was, we still have like boxes that are just in the living room.
Yeah.
Just we haven't figured out where they're going to go or whatever. So
crap or what?
No, they're not. Some of it needs to get organized still. Like my way of when we first were moving out of, California, it's like, oh, here's a box. Oh, there's shit that can go in this box. Boom, throw it all in there. Like, it wasn't organized to begin with. It's not organized in that box either.
Yeah, or it's stuff. Well, we should take this. I'm like, did you really need to take this from California?
No, we could have sorted. Yeah, we could have sorted it there and not have to move it out here.
Yeah,
but it was such a crunch.
Yeah.
It's such a time crunch to like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Just throw it in the fucking bin.
Get it in there.
We'll sort it in Texas.
We need those empty CD cases.
Yeah. What if we find the CDs?
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, so I've been doing that. Did the outdoor room, like I said. Yeah. Even swept the damn thing.
Oh my God.
I'll probably end up doing like drywall in there, redoing some spots, and it's like a drywalled room. Like it has insulated walls and shit like that too. So
yeah.
But the guy put like, a workbench in there.
Oh.
It was all right. It just I don't think he really sunk it into studs, so I had to just knock it out. And he had like, shelving with standards. With like the hook in, so I have to pull those out still, but it works. And it's so weird because there was actually like a there was a water line out there to that room. Weird. So like what you'd put like I don't know, something. I don't know what you'd put on there.
I'm trying to think of where it was in your house, but I guess we never really went there.
So if you're in the carport,
yeah, you
have the entry to the kitchen, and there's also another door that enters just to like a closet.
Okay.
Like a storage room.
Gotcha, yeah.
But it's weird. There is a 3/8 quarter turn valve in there for something.
Yeah.
The hot water heater's in there, right? But that has its own supply line. That's like a 3/4 inch line.
Yeah.
But this has something. I'm like, I was moving shit around. I'm like, what the fuck is that doing here? Like, it's something you'd hook up like a fridge to or like a sink, but there's no, I don't even know if it's hot or cold, and there's no drain. So it's like, okay, what the fuck's going on?
What the fuck is that for?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have to finish it out because like the drywall, it's literally just like a hole in the wall. Like someone poked it through. Hey there. Like that's all it looks like. There's no finishing ring around it.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. It is next, like the next room over on the other side of the wall is like the laundry room.
Yeah.
But it's so strange. So, clean that out. It works better now. It was a catch-all too. That room was like, well, I don't know what to do with this when I first moved in here.
Yeah.
I didn't have places to store things or whatever, so I just like was throwing it in there. So I had a bunch of work stuff in there.
Yeah.
That could just go to my, like I have a work storage too. So
yeah,
just trying to sort that shit out. Then I worked on a hall closet, so I added shelving in there.
Okay.
And then put the cat's kitty litter, station.
Yeah.
In there, and then it works better now. So I added some shelves where we could put like the vacuums on top of like the first shelf.
Yeah.
And then
just getting everything organized. New year, new Kyle.
Yeah. And we got toilet paper and shit in there all on its own shelf, and paper towels and shit, because our kitchen, doesn't really work very well right now. It's loaded with stuff, but there's still like cabinets that I haven't really cleaned out yet or like gone through and scrubbed, because the person who had this house was a smoker, and there were evidence of pests and shit. So I haven't gone through every single one. I guess I should have. I found like just shit and like toothpicks in one, and just like random things that were like dishes left over. But it's like
it's a weekend project. Get some
the cabinets
scrubbing going. Get the shop vac in there.
Yeah. Well, I think I've done most of them. I can't remember which. I did the ones we were using. I guess. But I don't remember doing the ones over the refrigerator. But whoever uses the cabinets over the refrigerator on a regular basis,
you don't. That's where you put stuff that you're like, I'll get to this eventually.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and we have then you can't stack stuff on top of your fridge. Because the cabinets don't come out all the way.
Yeah.
They only come out like a foot, and the fridge is like 2 feet.
Yeah.
It's like you put the cereal boxes on top of the fridge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I do, because I can see that and reach it.
Like,
but someone who's kind of short like you probably wouldn't want to do that.
Like, yes, I'm going to have Life cereal and Trix.
I burned them.
Mix them together.
So.
Do we ever have a double feature where you put two cereals together?
Oh yeah, dude. That's what you do when you don't have enough left.
I used to do that back in the day as a kid.
Bottom of the barrel. You're like, that was not a good idea. Or that kind of just made them both taste bad. Great. Yeah. Wow, the chocolate of that one, the chocolate dust, did not really mix well with the marshmallow dust of this one.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that works out now. The cats are using, it keeps the kitty litter out of the way, because no one wants to fucking see that shit.
Yeah.
It's littered on the other side of this wall now, though. So, I mean, it's not like it's going to do anything. Keep it clean.
Could ruin
but sometimes you're like, tone. You can smell them.
Yeah.
Even when they're dropping a deuce in there, you're like, whoa, hey, cover that up.
Shit out of water.
Hey, not fish out of water. Like you're playing Marco Polo. Yeah. Shit out of water. Shit out of water. You're just yelling it in your own house.
Shit out of water stinks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Anyways, that closet's working. And then one more
some organizing going. I like it.
One more thing. Did rip into. So there was the laundry room, which had like a cabinet in there that was just another catch-all. Yeah. Which, when I first moved in here, I guess Carrie wasn't in Texas yet. I was just throwing like there were no washers or dryers in there. I was just throwing like light bulbs and like filters and things that like you would use around the house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's got to be a better spot for this. Well, that's what she was saying. Carrie's like, we can't have that. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So pulled the cabinets down, and we're thinking, oh, maybe we'll put cabinets up. I think we'll just put shelving up.
Yeah.
Just attached to the wall. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it on the house side of things. I did make Kyle made another song. No, I made just the other night. It was kind of late. I was just trying to. I got bored playing Call of Duty. Dude, I'm just too good. Dude, I'm just like, fuck. I might as well just. It's like playing Doom with God mode on. Just like mincing through these guys. I'm just like $6 million man. Just like, no. Just through these guys. Chop. Just
can't help it.
Up.
I'm built.
I can't help, man.
Yeah. I'm built different.
This internet connection is too good, man. I'm just so good now. I owe it all to Spectrum.
Yeah. You get sponsored
at
by
an
them.
awards ceremony.
Yeah. I'm on the
I
spectrum.
like to think. Go ahead.
Yeah. But
anyways, so I got bored the other day and just made like a double time kind of pretty much like a punk song.
Yeah.
Like and actually comparing it to, and this is what I want to talk about actually. Maybe you probably hear it too, but comparing it to other things I released, like not even like maybe like less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Just not released. Oh yeah, I released them. No, just stuff that you've heard that I made.
Yeah.
It's like night and day compared to like what the guitars sound like before. Or maybe even my playing is just better too. Or maybe I found a wheelhouse in making, songs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn too.
Using using the Helix Native versus like before you had the Waves PRS one or whatever, and then the built-in.
Yeah, dude, the PRS ones. I got a different acronym for those.
Yeah.
PRS.
People really should try the Helix.
It's
pretty fun.
It's pretty difficult to work with, actually, those, like to make a usable sound. Like everything was like, nothing was, I don't know. But Helix is easy. You like, even their factory settings. Like I'm just clicking stuff. I'm like, oh, that already sounds so much more full than anything that came from the PRS ones.
Yeah. Which is crazy that they put so much into, well, I guess it's just the program or whatever, the algorithms that they just shove into the Helix. They're like, I don't know, here's on your computer.
Yeah.
Use your processing power. How about that, pal?
Yeah, exactly. It's endless. No,
I got plenty of that. Come and take it.
So they sound, I mean, not, like I said, not to my own horn, but it sounds like night and day. It sounds so much better.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it also inspires, like you're saying, like, oh, my playing's better. Maybe you're playing to that and it's more, I don't know, inspiring or comfortable.
I'm just also a better guitar player now.
You would hope so,
you know,
as opposed to like 2 years ago.
Yeah. And I made that punk song using the freaking Cabernita. I was just like playing. I'm like, oh, I didn't even change guitars. Like I probably could have gone to something else, like the Super Strat or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty much humbuckers, right? Those
they
gold
are.
foils.
Yeah. They're not gold foils.
So, sorry. They're
like
not gold foils. Trons. Sorry. They're the Brandon Trons.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my jaw. Not everyone has a plastic thing they like to suck on at night like you.
I have been destroying that fucking mouth guard.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is what I've been doing to my teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's like grinding marks. And I'm like, what am I doing? That I'm like, at night. I'm like, there's deep grooves.
You put peanut butter in that thing?
From like my, I guess what are these, your incisors, your sharp ones here?
Yeah.
Which would be your vampire fangs if you're.
Yeah, your vampire
if you were a vampire. I'm like, I'm just digging in like.
Brian is a vampire. Boom, doom, doom, doom.
What did I send you? Wait. I texted this to actually a couple people, like just with the music notes in a text form because it came to me while I was at work. The world is a slam pyre, and I'm getting brain. What do you got? Smashing Blumpkins.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
World is a slam pyre.
Yeah. Anyways, if you want, we can put that song somewhere on here.
Mm-hmm. No, it sounds cool.
Just to eat up some time.
No, I like it. I'm.
And I'll send you the build sheet. No, I'll send you the
tabs.
The tabs. So your fucking mouse brain can fucking understand what I played.
Yeah.
Just like power chords and like bar chords. Think you fucking understand that one there, pal?
A 1 5 6 4 progression. Can you keep up with that? Only
4 and 180 BPM, sir.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll send it to
you. Fucking might fall off, pal.
Anyways, that's my what's new. Just fucking cranking out Call of Duty. Fucking, I'm like a god. Just phasing through that game, dude.
King amongst men.
No, I've been grinding. I'm grinding. Update on that. Grinding, trying to get all the camo skins, all the skins for the guns.
Yeah,
it's funny. I only use like 1 or 2 of them. I use like the tan one or like the green one.
Kyle goes by Mr. Skin.
Yeah, I got all the skins right here.
Mr. Skin, you can look me up.
Oh, naughty skins.
Mr. Skin, Kyle McIntyre, search him on there.
Yeah. If I had a signature camo skin, it would be Mr. Skin.
It's just pink.
It's a gun it's like a Call of Duty gun or whatever with that. Just a bunch of nude actors and actresses on it.
Just a bunch of dudes' penises.
Yeah.
No. Show me penis.
That's a penis.
Number 1 on the
board. So yeah, dude, it's been grinding using guns I never use. So using like I'm on a short ass map, super small map, using snipers, and it's really really tough, really fucking tough because it you need speed when you spot someone to shoot them, but like the sniper rifles are like so fucking slow. It's like, whoo,
let me set up here and get calibrated.
Yeah, because like you do aim down sights.
Your character like feels the breeze. He has
yeah, exactly.
Oh, we're going this far. Okay,
that's what you would do in real life, but it's a game. But
you just get killed. You're like, damn it.
Yeah. But I've been doing shotguns and doing pistols
and in your chair. It's quiet in your house, like 11 or midnight. God damn it!
Fuck! Fuck! Speak. Fuck. Yeah. So, anyways, it's been grinding that game.
Yeah.
So
nice.
That was a boring what's new for me. I mean, no, it's a boring what's new for you, everyone else, I should say. But what about you? What do you got?
Let's see. I played a gig on Saturday at a bar here.
Let's hear about it.
Yeah. Let's see. So there was a cool band that was on tour that we played with.
I think you say there's a cool band that played that night, and it was my band.
It was called Just In Case. Adam, Brian, and Brian coming to your town.
Oh yeah, the ABB show.
Yeah. So called the band was Twin Cities. They're nice. From Vegas, and
not from Minnesota.
Yeah, okay. I know. They're from Las Vegas, and then kind of that emo style, like I don't know, with like Johnny mentioned, it's kind of like Vagrant Records, emo style.
Oh yeah,
and so it was a lot of fun. So we were kind of back to back on the bill, and really cool guys actually too. So hoping to, we're close enough that comparable that we could play a show, together again. And then so hoping to make it out there to Vegas and play with them again.
Play the double down, like always.
Yeah, they got that. They mentioned a couple, like there's some other bar restaurants that they say that's actually pretty good for shows. So they have more.
Really?
The guy has more, the guys have more of an inside scoop. But he's like,
oh yeah,
the dive bar, double down. He's like, yeah, you can always play there, but there's other places too. So, it was.
We'll always have the double down.
Yeah.
Across the street from UNLV.
Yeah, and then it never
Such
closes.
A random. No, so weird.
That's so weird.
A bar that never closes across the street from a daily hotel or like an hourly hotel.
Yeah.
So strange.
Yeah.
Wonder what goes on there. And then UNLV when they have that rodeo. At least that's when we have that big ass rodeo event.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it. Well, we were there, and it's like,
it was
what the
like
fuck is all of these
real shit kickers?
Yeah, people are. Well, I see that shit all the time here now.
Yeah.
But to see that there, we're on tour. We're on tour. I think we just played one day. I don't know if did we just go up there for one day, or we?
No, we did a weekender. So that was
okay,
that was
tour
a great.
du jour.
Yeah. We played. We had a great slot because we played right when the rodeo got out. So a lot of people came in and the bar was full when we played.
Yeah.
The band before us, there was it was pretty empty. And I was like, well, yep. I guess I guess we're gonna play here. It was cool because whatever. At least they paid us, regardless if there was gonna be people there. And then as soon as we started setting up, rodeo let out and people just flooded into that bar because it's like, hey, close this bar here. Let's keep drinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, there's bands here too. Let's watch. And then people are like, you guys are good. I think we sold shit, and people the band before us are like, what the fuck? We're so pissed because it's like, hey, it wasn't our fault.
Damn.
It was good.
That was a good show.
Yeah,
I remember
great.
that.
But anyways, it was fun actually nerding out with the singer, guitarist. I was showing off the Birdo bass because we were kind of hanging out, and he kind of comes out. He's like, I have to ask you, what was that bass you were playing?
What the fuck is that?
Oh my God. He's like, at first it was like, is
I
it
want it.
a Dan Electro? Is it some vintage, thing? He's like, I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, oh, it's a custom. He's like K, with the brand custom that does the amps. I'm like, no. It's a custom made guitar. He's like, okay. Because I think, unless you, make a custom guitar, it's like, oh, you can think of Fender custom guitar, or a Les Paul custom, which isn't custom.
Yeah.
He was like,
some people don't understand. It's not like it's a car company where it's you don't really make a custom car.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, right? But people think that there's only the three manufacturers of guitar brands.
Well, not even just that, but it's just when you think of smaller companies can do that. And actually, essentially, it's Justin made it. Equits Guitars is Kevin.
Yeah.
So, unless you're really looking for that kind of thing, you might not think about it. It's a custom guitar is Novo Guitars, and that's a bigger company. But it's you'll never really know anybody from that company if you ordered it.
Yeah.
But there's different levels to it. But anyways, it was cool, kind of showing it off, kind of the different specs about it, different things that went into it, and then they get he was like, wow, this is pretty cool. That it's and I really enjoyed showing it off. And anytime I was I had already packed it away in my truck, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna run and grab it and go pull it out and show and tell.
And it's a great item to show off because it's it's professional. It looks like a professional. I mean, not to say it isn't professional.
Yeah.
But it is a finished product. Mm-hmm. When people think oh, I made this myself, or my buddy made this, they oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Would you do this off Etsy or what?
Yeah.
Is that but it's great to show off something that is you can just show off the craftsmanship, and it's better than something that's made from the big three.
Yeah.
Or even outside of those. Ernie Ball, Gibson, or Fender.
Yeah.
And
in a different way too. It's he's doing a unique take on. He wants to do his own original design. He's not gonna I'll make a Strat for you.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. A Telly? Got it. T-style? Yep. You got it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course I can do that. Copy and paste. Yep. He's wants to make an original design, wants to make his own take on it.
Of course.
Wants to make something retro, unique looking, whatever. And then kind of telling him about, the, Justin and stuff like that. I'm like, yep, check him out. And then showing off the bass. And like I said, he's like, this is really kind of different. I'm like, and showing off, being honest, I'm like, okay, there's certain things that aren't the best about it. It has neck dive, but just don't take your hand off it. Or just be aware. Cause sometimes I'll do a thing where I'll flip it up, and then, if I need to grab something or whatever, and then I'll catch it or hold it, whatever, if I'm in between songs or whatever.
Dude, I got a solution for that. Just put Velcro on the strap and then wear a fleece sleeveless vest.
Yeah. And the thing is, or you could get a leather strap.
Leather daddy. Yeah.
Leather zaddy. But I like Ernie Ball strap. So I'm like, okay, I could remedy that with a big, thick leather strap. But
what? It's not like you said something different.
Thickums.
Thickums.
I like them thickums. Dunkums. So yeah, of course I'm like not bragging, but I'm always like, I like that idea that I'm like, this is the only one of these.
Yeah. Well, you can brag about it,
you
dude.
know, and then it's like the Equids. I mean, there's many like them in that, you know, the Rayburn style, but none like
this
that.
This one is mine.
Exactly. Yeah. And the same thing, like he's gonna make more Birdo bases, but none are gonna be like that. You know, and so that's kind of always like when you get something custom made, I'm like, that's cool. You know, it's like, but you know, I'm 35 years old. I'm like, it's mine. I like this one because it's for me.
This was made for me.
Nobody, you can't have it though. You can look at it.
That's nice, Brian.
You can look at it.
Good job.
It's not. You can't have it.
Is there someone here looking after you?
Show and tell.
You're
like,
talking to this guy.
It's pretty sweet. It's yellow. It's like a peep.
Like a peep.
Yeah. Anyways, they're cool guys. It's a cool band. It was.
What was the name of the band again?
Twin Cities. So,
Twin Cities.
Yeah. If I remember, I'll link them in the description. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. So it was a good show, and I gotta admit I was being a little baby back bitch before the show. I was texting Kyle even because I was at work, and I'm like, oh man, I think tonight's show, I'm like, oh, I'm not so stoked because local bands that were support for it kept dropping off and then getting replaced, or you know, with an out of town band. To me, I'm like, why are we having so many out of town bands on a show? Like, we want local support to you know, for the one that's, you know, from Vegas, instead of like, oh, let's get an Orange County band, let's get a band from like LA. I'm like, they're not bringing anybody. Anyways, so I was just kind of like, bleh, and then I like we have to close too. I'm like, bleh.
Yeah,
fuck, shut. And I'm just getting more pissed. And then I had to admit it was fun. People were there all night. People stuck around for us. We got paid. Sold some shirts. You know, the venue. They always, you know, love us. Sound guy, door, security, bartender. They all like us every time they remember us. I'm like, that's cool. Kind of actually a bar where people remember you. So it's Ken Club and Till 2, I guess, are the just in case bars. Probably sticking more till 2. As cool as Ken Club is, I'm like, it's just not a venue that people want to go to, really. Even me.
That's true.
But yeah, and I'm like, I think that's cool. I'm like, oh, the venue liked us too, and then the promoter too that we worked with to get this, he was stoked. So hopefully, you know, book us for more shows, not closing, hopefully, gigs in the future. So I'm like, okay, so it went well, and it's like when you have bad attitude, sometimes you get rewarded with good stuff. No, I was just, you know, in the, you know, dumps, and I'm like, ugh. And I was just like, I'm like, I had to close at work, so I had to go finish that, then grab my shit and get there. And then I'm like kind of rushing over there, and I parked like right in front of the venue and just like threw my hazards on, ran all my shit into the door. And then I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, you know, running back and forth, multiple trips. I'm like, and running back, and I talked to the door guy. I'm like, all right, I can't park here, right? He's like, I don't see any red. You know, why can't you park there? He's like, you're not gonna get towed. There's it's white. You're good. I'm like,
nice.
Like, so I can just park right here. He's like, yeah, that's the best spot. He's like, nice. And I'm like, all right, this is great. So like, cool. Everything's already inside. Turn my hazards off and get back into the venue. And the guy's like, all right, let me stamp you. And I'm like, cool. Because that's another thing was I'm like, oh, this venue, if you don't find a spot, you're fucked. So I'm like, yeah, found one right in front of the venue. I'm like, this is great. I like it.
And
then,
nice.
Yeah, currently not drinking, and you know, I was, you know, gonna pay for sodas. I was like, I'll just drink Diet Coke, and they're like, no, it's free. It's the soda. Fucking, you can have it. So I'm like, all right, this keeps getting better. It was fun.
Nice.
It was a bunch of like little things that I'm like, this was a great night. Why was I being such a grumpus? So,
a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be so, you know, just shitting on a
I can understand, like,
yeah,
you know, sometimes that shit gets in your head, you know.
Yeah, you could
when things go wrong, it really band drops off you know, the night of, or you know, they shuffle things around,
or like you thought, like, oh, I thought we were gonna be like support, or
you forgot something.
Like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It'll fuck you up, dude.
Yeah, no, it was good. Let's see what else. So not to like rehash like Patreon content and just regurgitate it onto the main, but so far 8 days keto. Well, I guess a low carb, really. And I can feel it. Like, in a not good way. I'm fucking tired as hell.
You can feel yourself getting angry.
Well, no, I was just like, I'm, part of it, the basic bitch kind of New Year's resolution, right? So eat better,
Yeah.
Be more active. And then so I'm like, okay. Because we all know, and of course, Kyle, you know this. Abs are made in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, dude. Mine have been in the oven forever, so I get it, dude.
So I'm like, okay, just trying to eat. I'm like, to me, I'm like, the easiest thing is like, do it low carb, because I'm like, instead of like, count your macros. No, I'm not doing, no.
Yeah.
These mental gymnastics. I'll just fucking just eat more, cut out sugar and carbs and shit like that. And then also in hand, I'm doing like, not drinking,
Yeah.
To at least to prove to myself, I'm like, I can go through January, right?
You try it.
And so I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic, right? I'm not. It's like 8 days so far, so I think that'll be good. But the whole like, low carb thing, I'm like, went from just like kind of like, fucking, I'll just eat whatever. Oh shit, I'm fat as fuck. To like, okay, like cut it drastically. I'm like, man, I'm fucking tired of shit. Why? I'm like, oh yeah, got carbs are necessarily, a lot of times for energy. Anyways, so, and again, not to rehash the Patreon content, but another one of my goals for 2023 is to watch more movies. And when I tell people that, so far I'm getting good feedback. I'm getting a list going. But at first, a lot of people give me the same thing that Kyle did, where he's like, that's a stupid goal. I'm like, I want to watch more movies. He's like, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, well, last year,
stop talking about it.
Last year I watched 3 movies. And then people are like, oh shit, yeah, you need to watch more movies.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yeah. I mentioned it to my friend Trey, and he's like, that's fucking stupid. I'm like, I only watched 3 movies. He's like, oh my God, you need to watch more movies, man.
That's a good goal.
He's like, no, that's not. He's actually like, walk it back. He's like, that's actually pretty good. And then so he started doing like, what, have you seen this movie? Have you seen this movie? It's like, have you watched Indiana Jones? I'm like, not really. He's like, what the hell?
God.
You watch Reservoir Dogs? Nope. Pulp Fiction? No. And I'm like, all right. He's like, Jesus, all right. So he's getting a list going. He's like, you should probably watch
slow. He's like, start with movies you should have watched when you were a child.
Yeah.
Like Land Before Time. Let's start there. The dinosaur cartoon.
Yeah. I never watched those. Yeah. Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah. Start there, dude. I actually never seen that movie.
Yeah, neither have I. Obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think the goal is like if I can get 50 a year this year. So maybe one a week, but I know Train had mentioned like, okay, maybe he's got some DVDs and head over to his place, get some double features going. So yeah, that's kind of my goal. And I'm like, starting tomorrow. I haven't watched any yet, so I guess I've failed one a week at least. Yeah, I'm gonna, watch, planning on it, Saving Private Ryan tomorrow after work. We're gonna not
so
doing
funny,
it tonight because we're,
you don't have to watch it all at once.
I can't. No, we're not breaking up a movie.
I'm not doing it. I'm not giving.
Yeah, I'm not giving in like that.
You can't make me.
Mm-hmm. It's like 3 hours though.
It is. Yeah, it's like 250 or something.
Yeah.
2 hours 50 minutes, dude. It's good. It's a good movie though.
Okay.
I don't think
holding it to it. It's a critically acclaimed
dude,
movie.
It is. It's so fucking good.
I'll see if it's good. I'll be the judge of that.
I don't know. I'm a pretty good judge.
Well, let's see if it's as good as fucking Sandlot.
Yeah, it's like completely different. You didn't even compare it to another war movie.
You're like, oh shit, man.
You're right.
That's tough. Let's see if you got it, Hanks.
Yeah, well, damn.
But yeah, so
Sandlot is a good movie, though.
Yeah, I'm compiling a list here.
What's the list I sent you?
Yeah, you sent me a bunch of war movies.
Yeah, because you talked about that was an interest of yours.
I'm gonna get cracking at it. So hold your horses there, all right?
I give you a list, and then you're like, "Well, I don't want to watch a 3-hour movie." Okay, but you can watch a 1-hour episode from fucking Band of Brothers.
Not a movie.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't fit my macros. Getting pissed. He's like, Kyle's getting upset. But yeah, so getting started here. So
there's
far,
some good Vietnam movies too. You should also watch too.
Yeah, you want war movie that I never seen, which
a lot of them,
not necessarily war movie. Tropic Thunder, never seen it.
It's pretty damn good.
That's what
it's actually really.
That's what I heard. It's good. So I'm like, that's probably on the list too.
Tom Cruise has a freaking cameo in that. So fucking good.
All right. That's gonna be on there, and then my bandmates giving me lists. They're like, "What? You haven't seen this?" 7, I guess, is one that really got to see.
7? What's that?
I don't know. They just keep saying, "What's in the box?"
Oh, isn't it 7?
I don't know.
It's not called 7. It's called.
I thought it was called 7.
7 serial killers or something.
Yeah, never seen it. So, anyways, they're compiling a list for me. I asked Johnny, and I think Johnny told me to watch.
Oh, it is called 7.
Johnny told me to watch Happy Gilmore. I'm like, yep, seen that. You see Billy Madison? I'm like, yeah, I've seen that too.
What? Okay, well, fuck. What about Black Sheep and Tommy Boy? Fuck, man. That's all I got. He's the
that's
movie
all
guy.
I've seen. I'm done.
He's the fucking self-proclaimed movie man.
That's all that comes to his mind.
all Chris Farley or Adam Sandler movies.
Just Big Daddy.
What about Grown Ups? It's like, fuck, that's all I can think of. That's all I got.
Pig Daddy, starring Tim Dillon.
Pig Daddy.
Yeah, Pig's Daddy. All right, so all that aside, I do have a gig coming up the day, I guess, the podcast, this comes out. So opening up for Guttermouth on Friday in San Diego. If you're out in San Diego, cruise out to Ocean Beach, the holding company. We finally getting okay, when do we play? What's the time slot? But can you give us more info? And finally got it. So we're the coveted middle slot for this show. So I like that. We're not first. It would be cool to be direct support, but whatever. Take what we can get. So you want to be middle usually in shows because it's like people are there for the last band. They might trickle in. People are there for the first band. They might stick around.
Yeah.
People are there for you. Stay in the middle. So, yeah, we're pretty stoked. Boom shakalaka. We got that middle slot, baby. So, we're excited. This is one that I'm like, I didn't want to have to worry about am I getting off work or you have to get the day. So I just took the day off. That's usually the best. If I can be off on a show day, that's my, my ultimate choice there. So, because I hate rushing from work, grabbing your shit and getting there. Always puts bad taste in your mouth, right?
Yeah, even if you have 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes it's still fuck, it's always in the back of your head. When am I going to get there?
Yeah.
I got to get all this shit together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any time to jerk off. It's crunch time.
I got to get my head straight. You know what I'm saying?
Crunch time. You're not jerking off.
You got to dig through the ditches and burn through the ocean. Dracula. So one thing I'm like, whatever. I mean, not talking shit, whatever. The headlining band Guttermouth, they're like a Epitaph band back in the day. I don't know. They still, have some notoriety and shit like that. I don't know what they are now. Fat Records, maybe. But they were asking the opening bands if they could borrow equipment, so guitar and bass cabs. And I was like, we saw that in the email. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? You're a touring act, but you don't have tour ready gear.
Yeah.
Or you can't be bothered to transport the aforementioned gear. Like you have, it was in our studio in Huntington Beach. I don't know. We don't want to bring it down to San Diego.
It's in Beach? Is that where they're from?
I think so. Like,
it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we don't have to bring it all the way down there. Like what? Hour and 10 minutes, maybe. Fuck.
I don't think I've ever heard a song from them. To be honest.
Trying to think of one, but anyway, I mean
they're playing the OC Tavern also. We played that place.
Okay, yeah.
In San Clemente, remember that shit?
Yeah. It was one where it's like the room with the actual stage or whatever.
Yeah.
Was used for like a party, but somebody
it was
booked
the event center.
Yeah, somebody booked a show, so it's like, okay, you can be in this back room.
Yeah. Shit.
And I'm like, okay, I guess. It ended up actually being cool.
Yeah, it was all right.
But it was just like, it would have been a lot better to be on that stage instead of having like a birthday party use that room. Easily could have switched both the birthday party to where like the band played.
Yeah.
Anyways, OC Tavern. Yeah.
Anyways, so they formed in 1989.
Yeah.
That like they're older. They've been playing for long than us, and they can't get a fucking tour rig together.
They can't get like but. Or even if they just like, I can't be bothered to bring it down.
Yeah.
So
they probably want to just get in one car. Yeah. You know.
But we're planning on going direct for that show, just because it's like so many bands and so much equipment, and then the house provides some backline. There's like the Fender Hot Rod, I think, so like the 40-watt 112, and then the bass cab is like some Hart key thing, 810, and then whatever Hart key head, which is fine for bass. I'm like just going out of the dark glass anyways.
Yeah.
And so anyways, like we're bringing direct shit. We're not even bringing our amps. And so I was even thinking, I'm like, even if we brought our amps, let's say, hey, oh yeah, we have our amps. We don't have a cab. We don't have cabs.
Yeah, you're using the venue's cabs.
Adam has a 50-watt 1x12.
Oh, yeah.
Marshall, Mesa combo.
Yeah, they're both combos.
Nope. Yeah. Yeah, and my little bass combo. It's like, there's no cabs to be had here, pal.
I can call you a cab.
Sorry, Charlie. But it's just like a thing. It's like, I think they're in that 2000s mindset to where it's like every punk band has a Marshall 412 and an Ampeg 810 to play a club.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also like it's not like they haven't played since the 2000s.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they've been touring for a while, because I think, was it 2 years ago? Maybe before pandemic, they were, I heard people, I'm playing with Guttermouth at fucking Brick by Brick in San Diego. I'm like, cool. I never, that's ultimate. That's a punk band, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Thanks for giving me a freaking lesson in music.
Thanks, mister.
You washed up bitch,
But
say it, don't spray it.
But it was just kind of like, I'm like, what? I don't know. It's just kind of a thing. I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess it's just different when I think of like the touring headlining act. I'm like,
yeah,
we're just going to borrow it from like some local. It's like, let me borrow your cab, kid. I'm sure it is whatever, is easiest. But
we've had that. I've had that too, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it's like by word of mouth, someone said that I had a certain amp.
Yeah.
I kind of forget the situation, but the whole thing.
Yeah. So somebody posted on Facebook. I'm like, hey, does any of my friends in San Diego have an Ampeg Classic head? And then Tolly tagged you, and then the guy who he messaged you saying, "Oh hey, what the fuck is Goldfinger's playing House of Blues tonight? Mike Herrera, can he borrow your amp?" And you're like,
"Yeah,
no."
Oh wow, bassist royalty, really?
Yeah.
You can't turn down this opportunity for your amp. Your amp's gonna be famous.
Yeah, it's like no. It was like, what the hell do I get out of that? Yeah. I get to drag this down, and I think they were gonna see if
they wanted me to get there early too, super early.
But I think they weren't gonna try and borrow it for the next gig, which was in.
Oh yeah, I have to look at this message
Orange
again.
County or something like that.
Yeah,
because they did like
we need it for 2 nights.
Oh, Anaheim. Yeah, they're playing the Anaheim House of Blues, and for San Diego, I'm like, no, I don't know who the fuck you are. And then also my connection to, like, I'm like, what am I gonna get to hang out with Mike Herrera?
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna let me do that. So I'm like, what the hell is the benefit to that?
Yeah.
I don't get to hang out with him. He does, not paying me. I think it was like you get a ticket to the San Diego show, and then we take your amp, which is like $1,000 to $1,200. Hopefully we transport it correctly, and then we don't lose it, and we'll give it back to you. Wink, double wink.
It's exactly.
What are
I wonder if this guy will mind if we use it at our next show.
Yeah, it's like, I think they were only doing the 2, but I was like, how the hell was that going to work that you were going to get it back?
Yeah, exactly. What, are you going to drive it back down here? I don't think you want to do that.
Yeah. And are you going to bring it to me?
We left it on the sidewalk.
Oh, no, we left it
outside the venue.
You can go get it. It's at the Anaheim House of Blues.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they'd be stoked on, letting me walk in there and grab equipment and walk out.
Yeah, and it was like kind of funny. I'm like, Mike Herrera, I assume he's cool, but I'm like, you couldn't fucking get your own bass amp or get that sorted, bud.
Yeah, what's the deal with getting something like a fly rig going?
Yeah, it's
you don't have to use that equipment.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like, maybe you have an Ampeg contract or something.
But
anytime you perform, you have to have it.
Well, no, it's like probably because oh, this is what I like. But I'm like, I know they've played shows before for MXPX where it's like, oh, Orange provided backline for them. I'm like, all right, you have connections to companies. Like, can't you have them provide you a backline?
Yeah, and you don't think Goldfinger, couldn't? So silly.
Yeah, that was one. I was like,
it was like, it was worded almost like it would be your honor.
And the thing, for you,
it'd be the greatest accomplishment of your life to provide this amp.
Yeah, I remember you too. It's like not the band U2, but I'm like, I remember you texting me or forwarding messages like that. It's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm a big MXPX fan. I have a fucking MXPX tattoo, and I think that is stupid. I think that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like
someone fucking doxed me that I own this piece of equipment.
Yeah. And it's also like, no. And even if you're like, oh, I can come to the studio and just grab it. I'm like, no. Absolutely not. There's no way in hell. Like, I don't know him. Like I said, I'm sure he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
But do you think
but
he's
it's
going
to mine.
Give a shit about some schmuck's amp?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
It was just weird. It was definitely weird.
It was a super weird situation because it made it like knock someone like Mike Herrera down. I'm like, you can't get your own amp. You have to have some person who I think is maybe drum teching for that night.
Yeah, he's like
word of mouth on the street. Like, all right, street team, go out there and find me an amp.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
it just felt like Mike Herrera is now a weekend warrior. He's just like, I'm flying into San Diego and then I'm gonna fly out of Anaheim. And someone needs to find me an amp. I'm on it.
Launch me, boys.
Yeah.
Or he just like 10 people. Find me a Sans amp. Find me a Music Man Stingray. Find me an Ampeg, and everybody's on a scavenger hunt.
Yeah. Find me 10 cables. So, why wouldn't?
It's just kind of weird that touring acts don't have touring.
But he's not even out of Bremerton anymore, right? He's out of Waco.
I have no idea. I think
Waco sucks.
He's a Texan now.
I'm
a classic, man.
Man, yeah, Waco sucks so much they tried to burn some buildings down back in the 90s. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So they knew it was bad back then.
Yeah.
Bad joke.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, it is kind of weird. It's like, why can't you, I don't know, you couldn't have, let's say, because I'm sure they're privy to the same, I'm sure they have a manager or something like that, but like Guttermouth, it's like, you were given the same backline list that we were, and we decided.
Exactly.
We decided, like, Adam just wants to use a fractal. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. And then, so, because for ease of use and how quick it's going to be, it's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to try and fuck around with an amp I've never used before. They don't want me to bring my Mesa. Nah, I'm good. So, and then there's a house drum kit. So Brian's like, whatever, I'll just play it. I'll figure it out. I know what it's going to be like. It's going to be crappy heads that are out of tune. I'll have less than 5 minutes to try and tune them. But whatever. We already know what we're getting into.
Well, it's silly. I thought they're flying in from somewhere. They're driving down, like, from the county just north of you.
Yeah. It's like an hour.
It's not. Yeah, it's not even. God. It's yeah. So
like
they have the equipment
down from like Seattle or Portland or something like that.
Yeah, they're not flying. I thought they were coming from like across the country, some fucking flyover state. But no, they are literally like, and it's not like they don't have friends that have equipment too.
Yeah,
that they probably could borrow. Mm-hmm. But they want to borrow from a stranger and have no strings attached. So they show up, play, and then leave.
Yeah.
Bring their guitars.
Get all the glory, get paid, get the hell out of there. And it's like,
get paid, get laid.
I'll remember you, man. It's like, no, you won't. You're just going to use the shit out of my cab. And then probably...
Which I get. Like, there's not much wear and tear you can put on someone's cab unless you fuck it up.
Yeah.
With the wrong ohms and shit, right?
Or, really just like, oh, here's a 1,200 watt amp into a fucking 100 watt cab.
Yeah, just bam, bam.
Here's a smoke show. No.
Yeah, they call me the smoke show. You want to know why, kid?
Yeah. Boom,
right like, where it turns on the amp.
Yeah.
Just to fuck up your day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should just bring a crate. You should go find a crate on Craigslist. Here you go, dude. We got your back line.
Find the shittiest cab that I can find.
Yeah.
And just knife all the speakers. Well, here you go.
It's got that real fuzz sound.
Good
that
luck,
authentic.
Have fun. Here's the keys. Got her nice and warmed up for you, pal.
Don't worry, it's a rental.
At the end of the show, throw it by the dumpster and like just leave it there. And then go home.
Get him a PV Decade.
Yeah.
Well, it worked for.
Yeah.
It worked for Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah. But, anyways, it was. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of maybe it's a loose topic. I mean, we didn't even really talk about it. We just bitched. Just kind of that mindset.
Well, the thing is like, if you're gonna tour, then be serious about it, because it's not just like, I guess it's not a true tour. I thought they were touring, but they're just literally doing day trips,
which is cool because they can.
It is cool, but it's like you could have a pedal board that does everything. You don't even need an amp.
Oh yeah. I think that's kind of what.
That's what we were trying to get at.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Build a fucking fly rig.
Yeah,
even if you're driving down.
Like, they were privy to that information that's like, hey, there's Fender hot rods here. I'm like, fine. Then I have a pedal board that I can use whether I'm playing a Vox, a Fender Twin, a Marshall, JCM, PV 5150, whatever, a hot rod, whatever. It's like
to help drive that, drive
to
it
get
a
sound that's gonna sound good.
Yeah.
It's like, then put like, I don't know, a Marshall in a box, or like stack a couple, drives in front of it, or distortion, something like that. If you knew it was gonna be a clean amp, like a Twin, I'm like, okay, get some drives in front of it, and then that's fine. That's gonna be so much easier than trying to bring a head.
Yeah.
And if the venue, just completely doesn't have any cabs, which they don't for guitar, then you already know that. But if you were, I don't know, touring, stuff like that. I know eventually we talked about trying to do it with, just in case, like flying out to Jersey to do a show.
Yeah.
But we're already planning on and then they have friends bands that would play with us, and it's like, oh, we could use their rig. But it's like, okay, we probably would I would just use my Sans
pedal
amp.
Board.
Yeah, Sans amp. I'm like, whatever bass amp's there, I'll use it. And then Adam is like, okay, well, I'll just have my pedal board and whatever pedal amp is there, just dial it in. That way we can fly, and then Brian just, use whatever drum kit's there. Anyways, but stuff like that. It's like we're thinking ahead, but they're not. It's kind of weird. So, here's a maybe, I don't know, is this going to be a quick one here maybe? Or
I don't know. Yeah, we could hit it. I'm sure we could.
Yeah. So, I don't know if Chase from our Facebook group, friend of the show, he put this in our Facebook group, and we're going to steal it again. He's always coming with the bangers.
And he's a monster when it comes to Call of Duty. Let's just lay it out right there.
Yeah. I seen it.
I was there.
I seen it. But anyways, he put this in the group, like a quick topic here. So, a band you feel like you got into way too late, and a band that you were into that you wish you never got into it. You were into, but you wish you never did. So his examples were The Descendants, for a band that he got into way too late. And then one band that he was into for way too long that he wished he never did was Trapped.
You feel
strong,
trapped.
I'll take you on. That's a good one.
Let's see. You want to read some of the ones in our group, or do you want to do ours first?
Yeah, these are some of the ones. If you don't want to be read, sorry, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah. Oops. Public forum. Sorry.
Eric Garibaldi did Dave Matthews Band and Dave Matthews Band. That's pretty good. It could be a band maybe that I'm not super familiar with Dave Matthews. I don't know if they had I'm sure with every band they've changed their sound. Maybe you're like, oh, I like their earlier stuff. I should have gotten into that. But you got into the late stuff. You're like, oh, this is cool, and you listen to that for way too long.
Yeah, no way. I've
as much of a joke as that is.
Mm-hmm. Always hated it.
Mm-hmm. It could be like, oh, Blink-182 and Blink-182.
Yeah,
like
changed.
I listened to the Matt Skiba shit for way too long when I should have listened to Animal of the State and Dude Ranch.
Gone Back.
Yeah. Let's see. So Johnny Ray posted The Beatles was a band he got into way too late because John Lennon was already dead. So he missed that boat.
Oh.
I can't. The singer's already dead.
Well, it's like fun. The Beatles didn't really last very long either. I mean, they had a shitload of music they put out.
Yeah.
It was only, 7 years or so? Maybe?
That's
that might
crazy.
be overdoing it.
Yeah. I wonder if it was just everything that they did, people just ate up and blah, 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 blah. Give it to me, lapping up the milk.
I'll have to look it up, but
I think you're right. They weren't a band for too long. And then a band that he was into for way too long that he shouldn't have been was Red Hot Chili Peppers. What is it? It's great for anyone learning bass, but otherwise auditory dog shit, especially 1 Hot Minute or post 1 Hot Minute. I was kind of right there. I agree with him for Red Hot Chili Peppers. So as a youth, when I was younger, I listened to By the Way for way too long.
Yeah.
Or whatever album. I think it was called By the Way, but whatever. That whole album.
After Californication, right?
I think so. I listened to that way too long. And I'm like, and it was cool because I think it was when I was learning how to play bass. I was like, oh man, Flea's a great bass player. These are all.
Can't stop a dick to the shindig.
Exactly.
Bang, bang, I'm gonna win big. Yeah. I actually kind of like that song.
By the way I tried.
By the way I tried to say I believe.
Yeah, it's like as a kid, you're like, oh man, the bass lines are so cool. He's a really good bass player. He's awesome. He's probably the best bass player ever. And then you think about watch him play the national anthem at the Lakers games. Like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking goober. This moron.
Our stars have fallen.
Watch that video. The guy's a fucking moron. It sounds like shit.
I liked him better.
A fail video.
Yeah. Pick a fucking movie in the 80s. He was better than that.
Yeah. Let's see. Carson Ricketts did The Menzingers.
Yeah.
Let's see. So damn good. Just never bothered to give him a try for so long. I'm like, yep, that's one for sure. Got into that a little late. And then Guns N' Roses. Looking back, they really aren't that great of a band. Like, yeah, they revived a sound, but I feel like maybe they have 4 good songs. And I'm like...
Yeah, it's still a question mark. 4 good songs?
I don't think there was a false statement in there. Really.
You know where you are? You with the Joker, baby.
You know how
I got these guys in the jungle, baby.
In the Joker, baby. I'm the Joker, baby. All right.
That's what it reminds me of.
Exactly. You know where I got these scars? I'm the Joker, baby. You never said how you got the scars.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, man.
So I'm the Joker, baby.
I feel so bad for the Joker. That's the reason why he has the scars, because he's the Joker, baby. I'm the Joker, baby. So,
do you have a couple or what?
Yeah. So I was thinking, I think I did put, for one of my answers was the matches. I got into them after they already broken up. And I could have went to see some shows with you.
They're back together, dude. It's all right.
Yeah. So maybe not too late for that one. But
you don't have to cry about it.
Hot Water Music. I got into them pretty late. Like, yeah. I got into them like even after like, you know, the Trusty Chords and all that stuff. I got the album Exister. Yeah. 2014, 2012, something like that.
Yeah.
They'd already broken up and gotten back together by the time I started listening to them.
Now I remember people talking about it in high school. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't know who that is. It sounds like a stupid name for a fucking band.
Exactly.
Fucking miss me with that. Taking Back Sunday's a real band. Yeah. You know, which don't know what that is a reference to. I never have looked it up. I'm sure it's from a movie. We're taking them all back. All the Sundays.
All the Sundays.
Yeah. I've never looked it up, but yeah, Hot Water Music. It's like, huh? Why? That sounds so dumb.
I remember.
But that's like when Trusty Chords came out.
I like
and Remedy.
Yeah. I need to rap on it. Diesel and dust. I remember I had a Taking Back Sunday hoodie, and I can't remember if I was in class or something like that. I was wearing it, and then some maybe I must have been like either sophomore or freshman or something like that. Like some older kid, like big kid, like senior was kind of like Taking Back Sunday. Kind of was like that was when they were becoming popular, so it was like
blowing up,
fun to make fun of, pop punk or emo music. It's like Taking Back Sunday. What's that mean? I'm like, it's a band. It's like, yeah, but what's it mean? Like Taking Back Sunday from what? I'm like, Saturday and Monday. He's like, because it was clever. And I'm like, whatever, dude.
That was the one that had a big ass switchblade on it, right?
Yeah, trying to to stump me because saying that Taking Back Sunday's a dumb band. And he was like, Taking Back Sunday from what? What are you taking it back from? Like Saturday and Monday? Whatever, dude.
Future boomer.
It's some fucking dipshit. And I'm like, get out of here, cocksucker. Yeah. Fucking beat your dick off, dude. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'll beat your dick off.
Come here. Give me that hog. This guy's fucking jacking machine. Get out of
here. He's going crazy.
Anyways, so
2-stroke. He's more of a 4-stroke.
Yeah, so Hot Water Music for sure was one that I'm like,
I got one. Saves the Day was one.
Yeah.
That I think I was already, I started listening to them, I think around this, you said 2014, but I think it was, maybe it was 2012. It was after Under the Boards was done.
I think it was like,
and there was nothing after that. They hadn't done.
Yeah, I think we got into them right before Daybreak.
Yeah, it was like years before Daybreak.
Oh, really? I think maybe I got into them felt like around the same time, but yeah, maybe you're right. Like a couple years before Daybreak.
Let me look this up. So Daybreak. Daybreak was 2011. So I think it was. Where is it? It doesn't have it listed as an album. Fucking stupid.
Under the Boards?
Under the Boards, yeah. It's not in this run of albums here. Mm-hmm. Anyways, keep going. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I know with us, I know you're gonna find it. So
I'm gonna find
during talking with Brian and Adam, I think Saves the Day was bigger over East Coast than they got here.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, Through Being Cool is what, and that's Saves the Day for me. I'm like, oh, what about Stay What You Are? I'm like, oh, that's kind of when they started changing their sound. I'm like, they didn't even get to the sound that I like.
I know.
And I'm like, I was like, oh, Kyle and I, our favorites are, Sound the Alarm and Under the Boards. He's like, oh, I hated that. He's like, I hated that sound. I hated his vocals. I'm like, I liked his vocals. And it just shows you the difference of that band. He's like, to Brian, he's like, that's not real. saves the day to him.
Yeah, which is, it's silly, but like they had a band member die, and so like the sound's gonna change.
And then like
I don't think people realize that. It's like the sound's gonna change because someone died.
Well, and also like they're like
the writing of the music, because they were so close to the guy who died,
and then
is about the guy who died.
Yeah, they were kids, or they were so young in the beginning too.
Yeah,
and it's a thing too. I was like, it's hard for me to listen to like old Saves the Day because I didn't get into them. I got into them at Under the Boards and Sound the Alarm. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is more aggressive. Yeah.
No, definitely. So it came out in 2007. So it was like 2 or 3 years before I even heard. I think I can't remember what album we were working on for playing, but someone burned me like a copy of like hundreds of whatever their whole discography.
Yeah, it was like it burned you an MP3 CD.
Yeah,
yeah,
but MP3. So, so it was 2007 is when that came out for Under the Boards. It must have been like 2009. So it was like probably 2 years later.
Mm-hmm.
But not that it really matters, I guess. I don't know why I'm putting so much into this, but I got into them probably 2009, and they were, I figured they were broken up already because they were taking like a huge break from 2007 to even when I got to them. Mm-hmm. They weren't doing anything. They weren't touring, I guess, but they did play. Yeah, they were playing shows. I did see them in Chicago. Yeah, when I went to Riot Fest.
Yeah, and that was after Daybreak and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's like they probably were taking a break between albums, but yeah. So that's when you kind of got into them. But it was like, I think never got into Saves the Day back when when we were in high school, when we could
their heyday, when they were considered like underground emo pop punk stuff,
When it's like,
you're right. I don't like a lot of that stuff.
When we were kids, when we should have gotten into Saves the Day, because like, we're kids and we're like, into all this like kind of angsty, whiny shit, and like early Saves the Day kind of through being cool, like, oh, you're not the cool kid of the party, and like as opposed to like we were probably late 20s. That's kind of where it got into like the later, more mature Saves the Day. Not that it's more mature or whatever, but in our minds. Do you have any others, or do you have bands that you should have not got into?
Oh yeah, definitely have a list of shouldn't. I could run through them real quick. Definitely shouldn't have gotten into System of a Down.
Yeah,
that Toxicity record hit me. Angsty Kyle, middle school Kyle, was like, damn, the Chop Suey's the deepest song I've ever heard before.
Yeah. When angels deserve to die.
Yeah.
You're like, what a stupid fucking song.
Yeah. It is. It's not.
Why'd you make it? What do you want to do?
Yeah. The whole record, though, like that whole record is not. I listened to it recently. I'm like, damn. I used to listen to this and walk home from school.
Yeah.
Jump. Bounce. That's what it like. Pogo, pogo, pogo. Like, it's just noise. Like, it's like, it's what parents think of. Like, that's just noise you listen to. You're right, Dad.
Yeah, this is you're correct.
You
Father.
are correct. I don't want to put this on the car stereo. You are right.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of it was, some of the songs were, as a child, like, you don't know what cocaine, you don't know what it is, but they talk about that shit, in the, it's probably too mature for middle school Kyle to be listening to, like, oh, what's that? I should get my hands on some of this cocaine they're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, System of a Down's definitely one.
There's plenty of dumb kids in our grade that were like that impressionable. It's like, they talk about doing drugs on TV. I should do drugs.
Yeah, I'm going to wear a puka necklace because that tells everyone I like weed.
Yeah, weed, and then I'm like, oh,
spiky hair and a puka necklace.
Any type of drug we can get. That makes me cool. Yeah. I'm like, oh, real cool, yeah.
You're fucking trash weed you're smoking. Yeah. I got the good stuff now. Hit me up.
Yeah.
I guess another one, and it was very short. It's like a flash in the pan for me, but Metallica. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to fucking radio, And it was the time, like, I think I was believing the hype. I think I was believing the hype that, like, the DJs were putting out. Like, oh, this is new Metallica. They haven't put out a record in four years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
This is Saint Anger. And I was like,
I remember.
Yeah, I can hear it now. Ding, 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 ding. Just the fucking snare drum.
Saint Anger around my neck. And it's just it's like,
we filmed it in San Quentin.
You're like, oh my God. God.
Just like, the fucking horrible snare drum.
Yeah, it sounds like what somebody did a video where they played the drums and used like a keg. And they hit it with a baseball bat, like a metal baseball bat, and that was a snare sound, and it sounded exactly like Saint Anger.
So Flash in the Pan, I remember, like, it would come on late at night. I think I've talked about it. I'm like, oh, I'm listening to Metallica. I'm like staying up past, they play the S word. They play shit. They said shit in the song. I'm a badass.
Yeah.
So I fucking, that was dumb, but didn't like any of the other, still don't really like Metallica.
Yeah.
That's why I make fun of them. It's like, where's Jazz Metallica?
Yeah.
Come on. Hit me up. Come at me.
Got him.
Another, I'll blast through these ones. Evanescence, dude.
Wake me up.
Wake me up. It's gotta wake up. Yeah, just like fucking yeah, that song. I remember that was just on Fuse every fucking day. Oh man, some of these just.
Well, okay, we can go back and forth. I think I was kind of in the same mindset. I had like Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, kind of like angsty stuff, and then one I had like Hoobastank.
Yeah. Which one though?
I am crawling in the dark, looking for some answer. And then like you're 11 years old, you're like, yes. Like, I need to find answers to my life.
I think I'm vaguely remembering the music video for that. Is it like he's walking around a room with like the camera strapped to him?
I think he's just like one of those running around or something like that, like every other video with flashing lights. And you're like, oh. Or just like all those angsty like tantrum baby songs.
Yeah, that's what all these are. Yeah.
Just you're a kid and you just get so angry that you just like
wake me up,
shaking that you like gonna cry
over like the simplest thing. It's like just because you didn't get the Blockbuster video you wanted, or like dad didn't get the snow caps.
Dad didn't rent fucking Happy Gilmore again.
He must not love you anymore.
You run to your room. Wake me up.
Yeah, you can't slam the door though because Dad will get mad. So you gotta punch your pillow or something. Something soft.
Oh God! You make me so squeak. You make me so mad.
Yeah, your stress ball.
Or you're gonna hit the floor, but you pull your own punches so you don't hurt your hand. You're like,
it's concrete. It's a concrete foundation. It's not pier and beam. Don't do it, kid.
Yeah.
You got another one?
I think you had some other one.
Oh
right?
man, Weezer was one.
Yeah.
I had like a time where I was like on Kazaa trying to find like all Weezer songs, and I think I dove like, I think it was before Beverly Hills, and it was like blue and green phase, listening to those albums, and then I think I dove into like Pinkerton or whatever some of those records before. I'm like, damn, these songs. This is Weezer. This sucks.
Yeah.
Where's Hash Pipe? I got my hash pipe.
Dun, even that song sucks ass.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Weezer fan. Not a huge
get
Weezer
into
fan.
that band. I could never get into them. I remember just like, oh, they should be cool. I mean, yeah, they're punk, aren't they? They're right? And I'm like, no, I can't get into this shit. And
I don't think they're bad. I just think they're just not. They're just annoying.
It's not. Yeah, NFM, dude, not for me.
Another one. Yeah. Local Boys to San Diego, POD. So you felt like you had to like them.
Yeah.
Or like Youth of the Nation.
Alive.
We are. Yeah. You gotta do
all those fit the same thing, just angsty. Like, but it's angsty for our age. Was like we were 11 and 12, and we're like skateboarding. I feel so alive. And you're skating around Claremont.
You have your arms out. I feel so alive. Alive.
Yes.
For the very first time.
You just went to the 7-Eleven and picked up some Surge, and now you're going back to play.
Yeah.
You're going back home to play N64. I feel so alive.
Get some Fruitopia. Go back, play some fucking N64.
Play some Mario Kart. You're like, feel so alive.
Boom. Here comes the boom.
Yeah.
I got Chevelle. The Scene Red again. Another angsty. Dun, 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 dun,
they say freak when you're singled out. Yeah, you're like as a kid, you're like, oh my god, they do.
Like, you're a cis white male child. That's what I'm saying. Is that what it is?
You're like, it's me against the world.
Yeah, exactly. Scene Red again. Yeah, I don't get the music video. It's like a mountain, like a ski resort. All right, it's like a snowboarding thing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I got one more. 3 Days Grace. That's another. I hate everything about you.
Yeah.
Why?
And you're just like,
I love you.
Bring it around. The crush that you had in class, she doesn't like you back. You're like, I hate everything.
She doesn't write the note that you said that she didn't
get. Say
teacher
yes.
Confiscated it.
Yes, I like you.
Yeah. Yes or
Your
no?
love
Why or in?
The teacher takes it, and then you're like, oh,
gotta write another one. That was my list.
You get detention.
Wake me up. Wake me up. Can't wake up. Save me.
Oh, that was fun. Just really basically like middle school was tantrum songs.
Yeah, that's all
really, they really got to the kids. Fuck you, won't do what you tell me.
Yeah. Never really listened to that.
Never got into that. It was
on the radio. I couldn't get into it.
Never got into Rage Against the Machine, but that's like probably the ultimate like baby tantrum song.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
We're singing about the government, but it could be about your parents or your teacher or your principal or your youth pastor.
You get a traffic ticket. Fuck you, won't do what you tell me. Parking ticket, you get to your car. Fuck you, won't do what you tell me. The meter expires and you get a ticket.
Son of a bitch.
Wake me up.
Yeah. Hey.
Anyways, that was so much fun. That was silly. I think we had too much fun with that.
Chase coming out with the bangers on those.
I don't know if he meant for that to be for the podcast, but we stole it.
We did.
Yeah.
I think he posted it in the group. We just like, we're stealing this. Thanks for providing the content.
There's no such thing as IP in the Tone Jerk group.
Yeah.
It's more like my IP.
IP more like my IP.
My IP.
And I might piss on myself at the same time.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Chase. That was a good one. So I just want to say thank you for tuning into the Tone Jerks podcast. If you like what you hear and you want to provide topics for us to steal, you can join the Facebook group. Link in the description there. And then we're also on Instagram, posting cool shit on the reg over there. We're getting back into it. Had a little hiatus over there from posting, but we're getting back into it. Linked in the description as well. Hopefully you like the show and you can rate us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you listen to this podcast, and give us a rating and a review if they'll let you post one, and we'll read it on the air.
Yeah. If you can intelligibly write out something that I can also read.
Yeah.
All right, that's also a new requirement we should add.
Yeah.
Can Kyle read this?
Can Kyle read this?
Well, Apple let you post it. Okay, try it.
Yeah.
Try me.
Yeah. Try and take it. And then we're on YouTube. Posting video podcasts over there. Got some videos in the works that I'm working on. Linked in the description as well. Give us a sub over there. I think I lied once. I'm like, we're so close. We're so close to 500. We're close to 300. I don't know where I was thinking that we were close to 5. But hey, we're getting there. With your help.
Of course.
we can get to 500. So, and then all this, we're bringing in for a landing now. But before we do, you can help support the show if you really, really like us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you
even if you hate us,
even if you hate us, why don't you vote with your dollar?
Yeah. Wait, what?
I don't know. You can help support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. But if you double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. You get a bonus, super secret podcast over on Patreon. You get an RSS feed. Put that into your favorite podcatcher, and you get to listen to all the bonus behind the paywall content. There's some juicy stuff over there. Over 260 bonus podcasts over there on the Patreon. And just for the support, we want to give you all a huge shout-out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got the list of names right here.
Drum roll, please. Kyle, why don't you give it to me, baby?
I got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and the Second Button Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Have Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects, Joe from the Like Mind Network, Will Lehue from Energy Weapon, Tony DeGraw from the Signal Path Podcast. They're all jumbled together in the Like Mind Network here. Yeah. It's Masters of the Cinematic Universe, also the Just Surprise Me podcast, Texas State Boggle Champs, and Texas Size 10-4.
Ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am.
Yeah.
I got RJ Smith from Teletalks, Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum. Yeah, I said hum, right? Did not sound like that in my head.
The second time, you didn't.
Uh-oh. Back it up. Cut it. Steve Rao from 60 Cycle Hum.
You got
Kevin E.
something
Quits
on the brain there.
Yeah. Oh, that 60 Cycle.
Yeah.
Get me going. Kevin E. Quits from E. Quits Guitars.
Every time
I don't know if I can make it through the rest of this.
I need a cigarette.
Yeah.
You listen to 60 Cycle Hum and you're like, ooh, it's a great podcast.
Ryan.
It was a good podcast.
Yeah. Oh, baby. Co Schneider from the band Night Tides, touring in a city near you soon. Check them out.
In March. So keep an eye out. I guess we'll mention dates as they get closer. But
yeah. Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chibson of Chibson Guitars, not making any guitars, actually.
Yeah.
Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds, Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects, Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects, Mike Oxbig, Hugh G-Rection, and Denny Whacked.
Oh, bye.
We got Zach Hale, Eric Merrow from YouTube and Instagram, Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop Podcast, Tim Noack from Bardic Audio Devices, Tyler Rhines from Tyler Casey Riffs on Instagram, Matthew Fenslaw, Michael McVeigh, Matthew Davis, Chase Stevens, cranking out the banger topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, we owe it all to you, baby. And Pete from over there.
All right.
That's the list.
Thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time. We love you.
Bye.
Mayam.
Mayam.